Welcome back, everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about Binance Coin, one of the coins that has done some pretty good miracles. And why do we say the miracles? Is basically first things first, we broke the previous all-time highs on the Binance Coin, despite some negative talks around the Binance exchange and the CEOs and things. This coin still has been showing some bullish movements out of nowhere, despite sometimes markets being dumping or whatever. But two things that caught our attention recently is the break of the 200 and 100 EMA mark, which has been acting as a proper support lines since the beginning of the push. And also these two liquidity grabs here as well. Actually, the third one is here. So let me just put it here as well. So with these kind of liquidity moments, we see that there's not only three, this one here, this one here, the smaller one. I think I mentioned this one here as well. So we see that there is some kind of liquidity sweeps happening on the Binance coin, and people are trying to push the price down, but someone or somehow some who is buying all the dips out. Now, the second thing that caught our attention is the break of this 200 EMA line. Now, we have been testing multiple times and seeing some kind of breakdowns, but we quite haven't seen a proper retest forming on the daily time frame. So we had a nice breakdown and retest failed, breakdown, retest failed as well, took some longer time. Now here as well, we had a breakdown, retest failed, and now the second breakdown, we see that we had a dump, a proper retest, sellers took over the zone. Now this zone belongs to the sellers mainly, and we are starting our journey to the lower zones. Now, just purely looking on this chart here, this looks too unhealthy because markets are not in the good condition. Yet Binance Coin is still pushing and pushing and pushing. Now, there is two things that we are going to do. We are going to open most likely today or tomorrow the trade on the Binance Coin with a dollar cost average strategy. So because we have already broken down from here, the stop loss should be somewhere near the 200 EMA or slightly above, not 200 but 100 EMA. Because if we go for another retest and we see the price breakout here, then again sellers fail to maintain the zone and we most likely will see some kind of downward movement. Now, why dollar cost averaging the position is pretty simple, because the risk and reward ratio is not the best one here. It's basically 1 to 1.5. And in order to minimize the risk, for example, going into one position here, let's put it in blue size, other one should be somewhere here, and maybe third one in between the 200 and 100 EMAs. So this entry would secure us a position if we would straight down dump, and these positions will secure the less risk for us because these are the major entry zones for us. Now, overall, we still see that price might dump furthermore because, as we mentioned, we have broken recently the 200 EMA mark, which was one of the major signs for a bullish activity on the coin. And since then, we just been seeing some kind of bearish moves. There is nothing much more to talk about on Binance Coin actually. Like, the movement is pretty insane. Now let's go on the 4-hour time frame. Maybe we will go on hourly time frame as well. Okay, let's go on hourly time frame. And like this. So we see a CMA gap here, but the Binance coin doesn't respect that much the CMA gaps, to be honest, because we can see that we formed here the CMA gap. We've been pushing, and only later on we just filled in. But there's also some bigger CMA gaps that we haven't filled yet. I will show you later on the daily time frame. But overall, we see that sellers took over the zone, the push zone once again. Now, the point of interest on the smaller time frame for us is this zone. So basically, if we see that sellers will maintain some kind of dominance here and manage to break down from this zone, then the first target would be the liquidity zone here, which is this zone. Quickly on the daily time frame as well. So this would be the first target zone for us. Second target zone would be this one, and third one would be this one. Now, there are two CM gaps. I am more than sure that I will not find them right now because they were pretty low here and pretty smalls. But nope, this one got filled. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to even waste my time on this. But there is few CM gaps somewhere in the region here that hasn't been filled yet, and most probably it won't be filled anytime soon. But the most logical and most like hypothetic movement that we might see is in the region of this zone, so $350, because let's be honest, buyers lost the dominance right now, and this whole push seems just way too manipulated. And I don't see any reason why this coin should even go for another like all-time high touch or even further to the upper zones. It had lived its time, and now it's time to just decrease because most likely whales are going to sell off their bags, and this would be the next buying point for us. So selling point like this, and buying would be something like this with this region. Of course, the buy opportunity will only occur once we see a market structure break. And market structure break, just to clarify, because some people have been asking what this means. So let's say we have some kind of downward movement here. Now we see some kind of establishment on the support zone and push from the upper zones. Now this zone here is considered to be the market structure break zone. So once we see a similar kind of candlestick movement on the price, at least on the 4-hour time frame, then we are going to look for a buying opportunity near this zone. So pretty much that's it for the Binance Coin. There is a chance to see 35% of dump to happen, and afterwards maybe not this big recovery, but at least to recover towards the EMAs. So in combined, let's say 90% of movement to catch on the coin. So slightly longer video than we expected, but as always, thank you for watching and see you the next time.